the 15 words that you must know. If you know these 15 words, you can speak fluent English. Once you know them and are able to speak them, your English will be amazing. So, practice all these 15 words with me. Now I have a homework for all of you. Hello, everybody. How are you all? Hope you're doing great. So, welcome back to another session of learning English, improving your English, and speaking skills. Well, today's lesson is going to be another awesome lesson because today I'm going to tell you about these 15 words that you must know to speak fluent English. If you know these words, your English will become amazing and you will be able to speak fluent English. Why? Because we need words to speak in English. Now, today I have included such words that are used in a lot of spoken English. These words are not just words that you learn for written English or highly formal English. No. These words are a part of your advanced English, yet they are used in everyday conversations and are used a lot in day-to-day life. So, these words will make you speak fluent English. Are you all ready for this? I'm Liba, your certified English language teacher, certified by the University of Cambridge, UK. Before beginning, please subscribe to the channel so that you can get all the lessons that I post for you on this channel. Please like the video and share it with your friends too. Okay, now coming back to today's lesson, let's get started with these awesome 15 words. 15 essential words that you must know. If you know them, your English will become amazing and you will speak fluent English. So, let us begin with all the 15 words. Let's get started. Word number 1. Listen carefully, everybody. It's Rosy. Now you must think, Rosy is a very easy word, kind of a shade of pink, a pinkish hue. Well, that's true. That is true. But do you know Rosy has another meaning? Let me tell you with a sentence because we are going to learn everything with context. The purpose of today's lesson is to learn this vocabulary with context, because only then will you be able to speak it. The sentence is, the prospect to sign this deal seems rosy. That means if a situation is rosy, it indicates success or happiness, something that is going to be hopeful in a positive way. So, a rosy situation means a successful situation, a situation that will bring success and happiness, full of promises, a promising situation. Rosy is a very positive word, and it is used to describe a positive situation. So, if a situation is positive, you say, that's a rosy situation. You can also say that you felt rosy, right? You can also describe it as a feeling. But most of the time, this is described as a situation. For example, another sentence could be, the financial condition of the company is rosy. Opportunity to go and watch the match. Our day was rosy as we went out for a movie. So, rosy. Okay, so now it's your turn. You have to make sentences on your own. Till then, let's move on to the next word. Now, word number 2. Listen carefully first. It's contemplate. Contemplate. You can repeat now. Repeat. Contemplate, contemplate. Let's look at the sentence first. He contemplated the situation before giving any answer. He contemplated the situation before giving any answer. So, contemplate is basically to think about something, to think deeply about something. Thinking for a very long time or thinking too deeply about something is contemplate, right? People often contemplate before taking a decision, and people contemplate when they are analyzing a situation. That means they are thinking too deeply about a situation, thinking about something for a long time, being very thoughtful in their decision. Another sentence could be, she contemplates her future too often. That means she constantly thinks too deeply about her future all the time. I think that happens with all teenagers and everyone who's growing up. I think normally that happens with people, right? So, a word with context. To contemplate a situation is to think too deeply about a situation, or think too deeply about something for a very long time. Now, word number 3. Listen carefully, everybody. It's delusion. Delusion. Now repeat for pronunciation. Delusion. Once again. Delusion. That's absolutely amazing. Now, delusion. I think that is something you're familiar with. We hear it a lot. You need to come out of your delusion and accept the reality. You need to come out of your delusion and accept the reality. So, delusion is basically a situation that we have created in our mind, which is not real. It's fake. So, delusion can be anything. When you know about the facts, specifically when you know about the facts, you have an idea that this could be false, yet you still believe those false things. That's delusion. People are living in a delusion. So that is like if a person knows that the prospect of getting promoted is kind of non-existent. Like, there's not much chance because there are other contenders who might have performed better. Yet this person is still thinking, no, I will get promoted. Even after knowing that the other person or the other contenders performed better, and they are not accepting the reality, they are living in this delusion that they are going to get promoted. That is a kind of delusion, that you know about the facts, yet you want to live in that fantasy or the fake world that you have created. That is delusion. So yeah, you can use this word correctly now. That is delusion. Another sentence could be, he's being delusional to think that he will get promoted. He's being delusional to think that he will get promoted. So, delusional is basically kind of an adjective you're using, and delusion is the noun. Same word, but different versions. So, we know that we can use a word in many different ways. Delusion, delusional. When you don't want to accept reality, that is the word. Now, word number 4. Listen carefully, everybody. Blemish. Repeat after me. Blemish. Yes, once again, blemish. Excellent. Now, blemish. For that, you need to hear the sentence. There was no blemish on her beautiful white dress. There was no blemish on her beautiful white dress. Now, blemish on a white dress means a mark or a spot. So, blemish is basically to spoil an appearance by a spot or a mark that spoils the appearance of something. A blemish can be the spot of ink on a white dress. It can be the spot of something that you eat or something that might have fallen down. So, there was no blemish on her beautiful white dress means it was not spoiled, without any mark, without any spot. So, blemish is like a spot in the appearance. Blemish is also used for situations. For example, if a particular situation is spoiled by a particular action, you can say it's blemished. That means everything was going so well, then something happened, and that was a blemish in the whole event or the whole situation. For example, everything is going well. You might be making a decision for a project, and suddenly, one of the team members who was performing really well and giving ideas is changed and replaced by somebody else. You still have the project, everything is going well, but because that one person was replaced, you were not able to meet the deadline. That person took a little bit of time to get adjusted to this particular project. That means the changing of the team member was a blemish, as the team missed the due date for the project. So that is how you're forming sentences for the word blemish. It's a word that you can use anytime you want to refer to a situation, or, if you want to talk about appearance or clothes, use the word blemish. Now, word number 5. Listen carefully, everybody, and that is fiasco. Fiasco. Now, fiasco. This word is kind of popular these days. When you speak English, you'll hear it a lot in spoken English. Repeat after me, fiasco. F. Okay, what is the meaning of fiasco? Let's listen to the sentence first. The whole meeting ended up in a fiasco. The whole meeting ended up in a fiasco. So, fiasco is basically a kind of disaster. Not a natural disaster, obviously. But a disaster means a very bad situation, something that ends up in a bad situation or not as expected. You can say it's kind of a mess. You know, when you want to say that this situation is such a mess that you're not able to understand what is happening or what happened, and it's a complete failure, as you can see. So, the whole meeting ended up in a fiasco. Maybe because people were not able to take a decision. There were so many conflicting ideas that the meeting ended up in an argument. And no result. That means it's a fiasco, right? A complete failure, a disaster of a situation. So it's used a lot in business English. It's used a lot to describe a situation, anything that is happening, and if you want to describe it, use the word fiasco. Fiasco is always used in reference to a situation, a particular situation, a particular happening. Another example could be, the party turned into a fiasco because two people started arguing. The party turned into a fiasco because two people started arguing. So, fiasco is like, everything was going great, and then suddenly, everything went downhill. Everything was a mess. So, fiasco. Now, word number 6. Listen carefully, everybody. It's an easy word. Root. Root. Now, root is very easy. It's simple. Root is basically the base of any plant, right? The long roots that go inside the land, the soil, and that help a plant grow. That is the meaning of root. But root has another meaning in conversational English. Root also means the cause of something, specifically the cause of any problematic situation, the cause of any problem, why something is happening. And there is also a particular phrase known as root cause. So, root is basically when you want to find out what has actually led to a particular situation, the beginning of something, where everything began from, what was the cause, the reason. That is root. For example, We need to find the root cause of the delay immediately. Let's organize a meeting to discuss the root of this particular issue. So, root of the issue means the cause of the issue. What is basically causing this particular issue? Root cause is a phrase that we use a lot, and root means the base or the cause of a particular issue, situation, or problem. Now, word number 7. Listen carefully, everybody. Word number 7 is exaggerate. Exaggerate. Now, repeat after me. Exaggerate, exaggerate. Remember, there is a double G in the spelling, but we do not say G, right? Exaggerate, exaggerate. Excellent. Now, what is exaggerate? Do not exaggerate the situation by adding unnecessary details. Do not exaggerate the situation by adding unnecessary details. So, exaggerate is basically to make something seem larger than reality. Kind of magnify the thing. For example, you bought something and you're going to exaggerate the price of that particular thing. I bought it for this and that. I bought it from here and that. So, that is kind of exaggerating the thing. You get to attend an event and you tell details about it that were not true. You're exaggerating. That means you're adding something which is more than what the event was. That means you're exaggerating. You're making it seem larger than reality, in reality, what it was. For example, a very basic example could be that you stayed in a 3-star hotel on your vacation, and you made it sound like a 5-star hotel. Or you're telling everybody that you stayed in a 5-star hotel. It's like exaggerating the thing. Kind of exaggerating things. So, the basic example could be that exaggerate is to just add on details and make things so magnificent, when in reality, they are not that magnificent. Or, you make them larger than reality. Another example could be, stop exaggerating about the party that you attended. Or, stop exaggerating the details of this project. Next word. Word number 8. Listen carefully, everybody. Euphoria. Euphoria. Repeat after me. Euphoria. Once again, euphoria. Now, euphoria. The team felt a sense of euphoria after winning the match. Yes, euphoria is basically to feel extremely happy about something. When you are extremely happy, it's a sense of happiness, a sense of achievement, excitement for something, a particular situation, and it arises due to a particular situation. And that is kind of like sheer happiness or pure joy. For example, the students were euphoric to know their results. My friend was caught up in euphoria after getting admission into her dream college. So, euphoria is basically that sense of extreme happiness that you experience because you've achieved something great. It arises from a moment of greatness. For example, winning a match is a big deal. Getting admission into your dream college is a big deal. Getting great results after an exam is a big deal. So, all these situations can be described as euphoric situations, where you experience extreme happiness, a feeling of being elated, like feeling like you're at the top of the world. That kind of feeling, that is euphoria. Now, word number 9. Listen to it carefully, everybody. Futile. Futile. Now, repeat after me. futile, futile. All her efforts to make the project were futile as it rained heavily the next day. So, all her efforts to make a great science project were futile because it rained heavily the next day. Futile means useless. Futile means that whatever you have done, it's useless, not of any use, kind of when in vain, where everything was useless, not purposeful. So, futile. Your efforts for this project will become futile if you do not add more members to your team. That means useless. If you don't submit this assignment on the deadline, your assignment will become futile. So, the assignment is going to be futile because the teacher might not accept the assignment after the due date, after the end date, and hence the assignment is futile. No use of the assignment after that. So, futile is something that has become useless, or a situation that is useless, efforts that are useless. Now, word number 10. Listen carefully, everybody. Inevitable. Inevitable. Repeat after me. Inevitable. The inevitable appointment of the new CEO was an inevitable decision. The appointment of the new CEO was an inevitable decision. Inevitable means something that you cannot avoid at any cost, that is bound to happen. Some things in life are inevitable. Some things in life are bound to happen. You have no control over them. They will happen. They're inevitable. So, inevitable is something that you cannot stop from happening. It is bound to happen. And sometimes you use it for situations where you know that this is going to happen or this might happen. For example, the appointment of the new CEO was an inevitable decision because they might need a new CEO at that particular position. The recent CEO might be retiring, whatever was happening. So, yeah, inevitable decision. Inevitable is something that you cannot stop from happening, something that is required, something that was bound to happen. Whatever may be the situation, it was bound to happen. Working for extra hours is inevitable if we are going to take up this project. So, inevitable. That is bound to happen. We have to work for extra hours. We know that from the beginning. Inevitable. Something that is bound to happen. Something that you know will happen. Something that you cannot stop at any cost. So, today we explored some powerful words that can instantly level up your English. Words like Rosy, Contemplate, Delusion, Blemish, Fiasco, and more are not just advanced vocabulary, but are also commonly used in daily conversations. Mastering these words will help you sound more fluent and confident in English. Now it's your turn. Try using at least 3 of these words in a sentence and share them in the comments below. Which word was your favorite? Let me know. If you found this lesson helpful, make sure to like this video and share it with a friend who's also learning English. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a lesson. Keep learning, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video. If you found this lesson helpful, make sure to like this video and share it with a friend who's also learning English. And don't forget to subscribe to Pro English Skills for more amazing lessons. Keep learning, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.